Admiral's log. Yet again, the French have sued for peace. Yet again, we've accepted. This time, however, there are many funds the French are offering in return of a stalemate peace. Tensions with the British Isles are very high, with the newspapers and Parliament chanting for blood. Perhaps they were the ones who killed my family after all. The French have shown us everything, and therefore they're off the hook for now. Meanwhile, with the increasing engagement ranges, our strategic dogma must be rethought in order for the Navy to remain competitive. With the coming advances in guns, technologies and ship spotting, our ships are not able to effectively close the distance or to take the fight to the enemy. Therefore, our best designers have been tasked with building the first dreadnought our Navy has built since my position in command. Personally, deep within, I have always thought that the battlecruiser would be a perfect weapon to utilize. Approaching fast and swift, they could have the surely fielded large amount of guns and torpedoes in order to overwhelm any potential enemy. However, the public was infatuated with small ships, and now are as such with the idea of the battleship. Therefore, both options will be pursued as soon as possible, because we are simply not keeping up. These large capital ships must be secondary build focused, unlike other navies. Unlike those counterparts, our navy has had a decade of experience building and fighting with small guns. Our ships shall scorch the seas, and nobody, not even the British Isles, will remain safe from my burning vengeance. Hey guys, Stealth here, and welcome back to Europe and Embers, episode 13. Today, a change of policy, as I'm going to be building battleships and battlecruisers. I've decided that it's going to be more interesting for me to play, and hopefully more interesting for you to watch, if I start building the larger ships. But with smaller guns, so we can have these guys do sort of drive-by shootings on smaller targets, maybe even bigger targets as well, and just eliminate them by pure fire. Now, it is July 1920. I was at odds with the French. That's no longer the case. And the British, well, let's just say that we're on the brink of war. I am 99 negative with the British. And this means we need one tiny incident and the British are gonna go to war. Interestingly, my fleet is bigger than the Brits. I have 88, they have 55. So, while they're building 47 new ships, at the moment, I have at least numerical superiority. So, battleship, let's have a go. I haven't really been updating my big guns tech that much, but for this campaign, I don't really care. Let's go with a battleship. Let's see, we've got the Dreadnought or the Experimental Dreadnoughts. Yeah, I think this can work. Maximum displacement, yes please. Speed is going to be pretty important for these things, so a high hull form is very nice to have. Let's give them a narrow beam. And standard crew quarters. Oil, turbo, well, yeah, why not? This is going to make the ship more expensive, but I have quite a bit of money to burn. Forced boilers, auxiliary 2, because they're going to be short encounter warships. They will need to get themselves fixed. Group, anti-torp, triple hull bottom, reinforced bulkheads. And what I'm banking on here is that because I have a very small main caliber, I'm going to be able to fit quite a bit of armor and secondaries onto these ships. Let's see, casemates. Casemates are pretty nice because they can be heavily armored. I'm going to make this thing... 30 knots is probably pushing it. Might be able to make this work. Let's have a look. Can we house this funnel here? No, I need a different tower. Fine. Tall funnel there. Engine efficiency is 100. Can I do that with a smaller funnel? Not like that. 47. So we need about 30 something. 43, 40? 30? 40. Done. Okay, there's my Vice Admiral Max. He's chiming in on design decisions. He's a bit young for his current posting, being about 4 months, but hey, I had to get the video out. So he's in the room here with me. Right, so this guy closes in quickly and eliminates whatever happens to be unfortunate enough to get into range. That means short range, Coincidence Rangefinder, and Hydro 1. We're going to give these guys Picric Acid. No. Yes, Picric Acid because it's slightly less likely to blow yourself up. Heavy shells, semi-armor piercing shells is fine, and high capacity incendiary shells. HCHE. Okay, maximum HE load. I'm going to go with increased. No, max. No. Superstructure. I'll take 2 inches there. The casemates. I'm expecting these things to be required at accuracy of 5,000 meter range-ish. That means we're going to be looking at an accuracy at 5,000 meter range, which is about 4% right now. If I give them 10% more barrel length, we're looking at 5%. Reload, 10 seconds. I can push that down to 9.7, and if I don't give them the increased barrel length, we're looking at 7.9. Oh, this is fine. Diameter, I can give them another 0.9, but for that case, I might as well make them 6 inches. So no, they're going to stick to 5s. Main guns. I have triple barrel armament. We're going to go with the 9 inchers, although 11 inchers are quite fun. They can do quite a lot of work for me. These triples weigh 900 tons a piece, I was going to say 857 tons, but if I add it to the ship, it increases in weight, probably because it takes the enhanced reloading into account. No, we're going to go with 9 inch. Just rapid fire 9 inchers. Because I'm still expecting to have a fairly hefty amount of armor on this ship. Turret, 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 turret. There. 4 weight offset is a bit of a deal. Make sure this thing turns. Yes, it does. Let's put this as far back as possible. Shift this. Shift all of this. And this. An issue with this particular hull is that it has casemates extending pretty far towards the bow, not towards the stern. So over there we're going to have to pull something else to make sure that the ship is completely balanced. No, that's it. So how about a secondary gun? Like 5 inches. Is that a casemate slot? Yes. 2 inchers. 2 inchers. I still have a bit left. A bit of displacement. Let's give them a bit more main belt armor. Let's go to 14. Let's give them not that much main deck armor, because I'm relying on speed to survive. RDF, nice to have. Give me 7 inches of main belt. 7 inches of aft belt. Increase the aft deck a little bit. Conning tower to 20 inches. That's very important to hold. Casemate armor is maxed out. Only 14 inches there. And I think we have our ship. Whoa, 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 whoa. Sit. There's a bit of displacement left. That's intended so I can still improve the design when I get better technology. I think we don't have the Embers class yet. Although, could be mistaken about that. Yeah, we have the Ember. Phosphor. Phosphor class. Okay, that's one. Next up, I want to build a battlecruiser. Something fast, something deadly. Interestingly, the hull form here is quite bad. It's only 70. Ideally, I would have something a bit bigger and a bit sleeker. Hull form. This is the best hull form. The Dreadnought 2 has the best hull form. What? Really? If I were to research something new, would that help me? I mean, the answer is probably yes, but the question is, how long will that take? Hull construction. No. Or is it? Hull strengthening. Here. Let's throw things around. Ooh, double turrets on light cruisers. Yes, please. And I also want, after that, hull strengthening. So let's at least build a few of these battleships. I'll take 10. There we go. It's going to cost me 46 million a month. That's fine. I can sustain that for a while. And when it comes to the build time, we're looking at 23 months. So, most likely we're going to be at war with the British very, very, very soon. Let's see when they decide that this is a good time to kick off. Now, 1 month later, what I do not have is war. What I do have is double barrel technology for my turrets. So I can massively improve the output of my light cruisers of the Syraxis class. So let's remove the 4-inch guns and go double barrel. One there, remove that. I'm not sure if I can fit as many guns, but let's see. 4-inch, 4-inch. They're only 4 tons heavier? That's cheap. Yes, please, I'll take that. Over here, we got the 3-inch. Man, I'm gonna have to overhaul a lot of ships now. This is essentially doubling the firepower on all of these ships. Wait, what? You can't fit? Oh, you were probably a 2-incher, right? Yes, you were a 2-inch double barrel. There we go, another one. Here and here. Yeah, good ship. I like it. Update that. Let's do that for some other ships as well. One of the classes I'll not really be able to overhaul are the Kufsteins. They're still from 1917, that's their most modern version. And these new 4-inch guns take up significantly more room. So, if you adjust the design, the game is going to go heavily protesting that this is absolutely not agreeable. This is just... It's a hull that you cannot update. At least not with the modern turrets. The other light cruisers, well, they're pretty much all using the older hull. So as much as I would like to upgrade them, and I only have these turrets for light hulls, remember? As much as I would like to upgrade them, I just can't really do that. Maybe with the Ember class, because they're a bit less... How should I put it? A bit less spastic than the others. But yeah, here too, we have some issues. Also, considering I have 4 spoilers, I think I'd be able to take off about half the funnels. Yeah. Okay. So, assuming... Hold on, this is... Maybe... something like this? We're gonna have a lot of rangefinders on this boat, that's for sure. Right, this overhaul, this refit, is gonna take a lot of work. Because we're leaving pretty much everything... Well, we're taking everything off the ship. But the main... Well, not even the main engines are gonna be moved. But the superstructure. The towers. So main guns on these boats can be 4-inchers. There. Putting them on the sides here is just impossible with this narrow beam. If I make them fat, then the game still goes, no, sorry, that does not fit. So if you want to make this hull work, you can. You're just going to have to go with smaller 3-inchers. And then it does work. It's not ideal. I mean, it doesn't really line up with the type of design that I'm trying to do here. But in this case, at least it is a way to make these ships work. They're a bit bow heavy. That's not center line. If I put them like so, there we go. I now still have 500 tons remaining. Let's speed them up. 31 knot? No, 30 knots? 30 knots is acceptable to the game. Let's remove this funnel and replace it with this. Aft weight offset is slight, but not drastic. Torpedoes are fine. I can upgrade them? No, can't. Electro-hydraulic turrets is fine. Better engine. Better shaft. Unbalanced rudder. Electric turret. Or sorry, electric steering. Let's go for 4 inches of... Wow. 5 inches of superstructure armor and the game doesn't even blink? Pretty impressive. Now, what I don't like is that that my turrets are unarmored. That has to change. I believe if you put 0.5... Yeah, there we go. At some point, the game goes, yes, now they're big enough to actually receive armor. Unfortunately, you cannot do that for the 3-inch gun, so these things are fair game and are most likely going to get destroyed. It's going to make for some interesting video, let's put it that way. So that's the upgrade to the Ember class. 1920 refit. Refitting all these things is going to get expensive. But then again, it'll be worth it, because they're now going to be vastly more effective. Refit. 3.5 million. How long is that going to take? Oh, that's the Molotovs. 6 months. That's pretty impressive. Removing all that stuff and putting it back in 6 months? That's really quite impressive. Right, so now I'm spending a lot of money. I'm not going to do turret rotations anymore. I will do better hull strengthening, so I can get better dreadnoughts as well. Better battleships as well as better battle cruisers. And then hopefully we can start to set the world on fire just a bit more. Now, quite unexpectedly, war erupts between myself and the French. I'm not sure how many rounds I've done against the French, but hey, if they want to party, let's party. How many ships do they have to burn? 35. They're already at war with Italy as well. Oh dear. Oh, and here's the British fleet. I believe I have such a negative reputation with the Brits. I'm still minus 99, but the tension keeps rising. Makes no sense. Anyway, scramble the fleet. We're going to piss off some French. Yes, Max, let's go. For those of you unaware, Max is not my dog. Max is my baby. 3 months old. Anyway, send the fleet. Burn it all. Here's our first encounter with the French. It's 5 of my heavy cruisers, all Dragon Breath. This means that they have the 8 11-inch guns. Against the heavy French cruiser Guidon. And, well, you're starting to see the tech difference here. The ship is slow. The ship doesn't have a lot of firepower. My ships are just going to overwhelm it completely. Probably going to be over in a few minutes. Let's have a look what I can do. Here we go. The ship has been detected 9 kilometers out. And much as you might expect, the French are trying to turn tail. They are not interested in a fight like this. Oh, interestingly, they have triple turrets now. I don't believe that they had those before. But you can see that the French too are struggling to try and fit everything like that onto a small balcony. My ships are immediately opening up with 19% chance to hit. And, well, about 100% chance to burn. That's what we do in this campaign. Cause excessive fires to enemy warships. As well as not so much enemy warships in the form of enemy transport. Although there's been so much death amongst the transports that I don't think they need a lot of help. Just battering their own economy. I gotta say, this Frenchie's fairly quick at 22 knots, but at 30 knots I am just faster. My reload, however, not great. It's 42 seconds. But again, it's an 11-inch gun. If it's gonna hit you, it will leave a mark. What I'm hoping for is a funnel hit, an underwater hit, and making sure they slow down. We'll pull alongside, there we go. Several fires are being set. Yeah, we could angle the starboard, actually. Bring more guns into this fight. The 1.1s are all opening up as much as they can. And Guidon is starting to burn. She's lost 100% of her crew. Considering the damage that she's taking, she'll not be able to reach maximum speed anymore. Oh, that was an aft belt pen for 3,500. Structural integrity's failing. Engine's been has been damaged and or disabled. Ship is slowly starting to flood, but they're very resilient to that. So we're just gonna have to pen that very weak aft belt of theirs again. And then shouldn't be any more French warship. Yep, there we go. Oh boy. 11,000 damage done, 16 damage taken. Oh, my dear Dreadnoughts, please work on your AI. Make it more competitive, if you will. Make it harder. 'Cause I did 15,000 damage. I did 1,000 times more damage than I took. I really enjoy this game. It really needs a lot of work. That too. So that's one encounter. Let's see what else the French have. Are they interested in... Oh my god. Yeah, auto-resolve that. Yes, of course, most of my ships took damage. Oh, bullshit. And here we go again. Auto-resolve. Let's go. Gabion. Heavily damaged, but not sunk. Interesting. The Italians, the Brits, and the Germans continue to lose transports. But the amount of transports that the Germans have lost, I'm not sure how they have a fleet left, or an economy at that. Moreover, their economy is growing by 6% a year. It's such a random number. I am growing by 4.5% per year. Yes, Max, I don't understand either, but I have 200% transport cap. I don't understand. I don't think it makes a whole lot of sense. Right, what else do we got? 1 versus 1. Oh, it's a Sabenico class. Nice, let's have a look at this one. Here we go, Helgoland. I believe we've seen her before. 6-inch guns, 4-inch casemates, 4-inch secondaries, 2-inch, 2-inch, and torpedoes. And it looks like she doesn't need those torpedo launchers just yet, because the main guns and the secondaries are doing a lot of work for them. 18% chance to hit, veteran crew. Looks like I got 1 spare crew member here. Still don't understand how that works. I mean, it's the crew plus the cameraman, journalist, war reporter. I don't know. Make something up in the comments and let me know. At this rate, the ship has 7 fires, potentially more. Slow down. They are torpedo hazard, yes? No, they're not. I am the torpedo hazard. I am the one that torps. There we go. The Saigon. Torpedoes away. Torpedo has decided that it wants to give up life. And that it is not continuing its course over the target. Look at the fires. Look at the fires. At this rate, Saigon with a green level crew is screwed. 50% structural integrity remains. 47. I'm gonna have to get a little closer here. They're getting away, and I don't want my accuracy to drop. Because that means fewer fires. Can't have that. It's more like it. 41% structural. So the amount of fires that I'm setting does not strictly lead to a lot of damage. It's about 1,000 on a total of 8,000. So yeah, it's okay. It's just mostly the structural integrity that's going to fail, as well as the crew. It is not the fires that are going to kill the ship, strictly by just damage. It's the overwhelming fire. Purging fire. And Saigon. Tell the crew to abandon ship. All hope is lost. There is no point in continuing. It's done. Taking 134 damage. Wow. That means I'm only getting 100 times markup in damage. Just trying to hit my ratios there. I did 1,000 times more damage than the previous encounter. There we go. Offensive fire. So, I'm hoping that the French are starting to understand that maybe provoking the Austro-Hungarian Empire again was not strictly the best idea. And that they're starting to reconsider their position on their ambitions in Europe. Because at this rate, there won't be any French ambitions. Oh, this could be interesting. 2 transports and a light cruiser, La Droit. Toureau class. I don't think we've seen those before. 12 underwater torpedo launchers. Damn. And I have... Oh, I got a Spanish galleon. Yes, a Spanish galleon. Those are fun to use, fun to sail. Let's have this guy do what it does best. Run up to something, go broadside, and then shoot the shit out of it with the 2.9s. Here we go, party's on. Because of the weather, I wasn't able to detect this guy very early. But now, the party's beginning. And with the first few salvos, I'm able to eliminate their torpedoes, or at least cause a torpedo detonation. It means that they're going to be less effective. Still not have as many torpedoes. My torpedoes are just completely harmless, because they were launched before the ship made her course correction.
I'm completely ignoring the convoy in this battle. I just want to have the light cruiser. That's the plan. Eliminate the light cruiser. Come on. Bit more. Oh, they're smoking. Okay. Oh, they got no torpedoes left. I really demolished all the torpedo launchers. Yep. That torpedo detonation caused none of the torpedo launchers to still be functional. And the ship took damage to one of the engines. So she's only doing, what, 15? 16 knots. Salzburg can run up to 26 knots and is doing that. We're going to close the distance. We're going to close the gap. Oh. Turn broadside. Prepare the port side torpedo launchers. No, don't prepare them. Let's use the 2-inchers. It's more fun. Slow down. Here we go. Fire everything. Oh boy. This is why these things are so fun. It's just a lot of shooting. There you go. That thing really didn't stand a chance. Absolutely no chance. Okay, so that was another couple of quick rounds against the French. What's next, Frenchies? What's the next plan? If you have any. Research. Oh, research progressing very quickly. Maybe, soon, I'll be able to design that battleship. Sorry, battle cruiser. Last battle for today is going to be Earth, Herzog, and, well, everybody else versus the Grand Anglais and her escorts. It's a new battle class, or sorry, battle cruiser class. She has a pretty hefty displacement, 27,713, making her about twice the size of one of my heavy cruisers. 31.1 knots makes her fast, and 13.2-inch guns make her well armed. Her problem? Standard bulkheads. And with only standard bulkheads, she is an easy target and fair game to get burned down to a crisp. A little while later, we have found the battle cruiser. Now, as my fleet engages this battle cruiser, how should I put this? I'm not really sure how to continue this campaign. It's getting all a bit samey, and that's not just the campaign itself. That is getting the whole game. The game is getting a bit samey to me. At least with the British, or sorry, with the Germans, I had a bit of variation. Right now, I'm just steering all ships to try and get as close to the target as possible, and make sure that the target burns down. Dreadnoughts right now doesn't really seem to have that much variation. And I do worry about that. I know that they're working on a massive update. That's going to give the game a lot of new content. For now, however, I've noticed that I don't really have an interest in the game. I hope I'm still delivering okay quality content, and I'll still do the Taskmaster ones, because they're always a bit different. But as for this campaign, I'm not really sure. Which is why I designed the battleships at the start of the episode. If you have any ideas on how to make this one as interesting as possible, or how to, shall we say, salvage this campaign, by all means, let me know. Because right now, I just don't really know. And I dislike that, because I was really looking forward to the Europe and Embers campaign. I wanted to do the fire starting thing, and now, 13 episodes in, I've kind of done the fire starting thing. Started the fires, finished the fires as well. Considering the amount of ships that I've been able to kill, it's it's getting a bit samey. So I'll probably not do as many episodes a week. I'm thinking 1 or 2 episodes a week of this series, if that. And I might end it a bit prematurely. So keep that in mind as a bit of an early warning. Seeing as I don't exactly know how to continue with this, I might end it early. Now, speaking of ending it early, that destroyer got ended early, and it got hit by 5,000 points of damage. As for the rest, the Phoenix is moving right into a light cruiser. And the Grand Anglais is already having her own issues. Wait, which of you non-believers are firing armor piercing? HE's the word, people. HE is the word. Torpedoes against the Grand Anglais. Really not commanding that much of my fleet. I'm just curious to see what happens if the fleet kind of does its own thing. And, of course, it's prioritizing the destroyer. That's quite far away. No, my dear people. The battle cruiser is the threat. This has the biggest guns. This just has a few torpedoes. And yes, there are a lot of us. So you could argue that there is a fair reason why they're targeting the destroyer. Because with such a large formation, the chances of running into a torpedo are really quite severe. Grand Anglais, however, is their flagship. And as such, I believe it should be the prize of the target. Or the prize ship. So that the French lose a bit more morale. Panic mode, enable. Go after the Typhon. Yeah, this battle cruiser is getting all sorts of fires, beatings, floodings. I don't think this battle cruiser is going to be that much of an issue for that much longer. Look at that guy. And this is also kind of it, right, with this campaign. The other campaign felt a bit harder. This, as opposed to what I was expecting, feels like a cakewalk, because I'm just running through whatever I encounter. And at least with the other campaign, the German big guns campaign, it felt like I actually had to work for it. So, yeah, this campaign, I'm not really sure. If you know how to salvage it, if you know how to keep it interesting, by all means, let me know down below in the comments. As for this battle, we are almost done. There goes a destroyer. The Typhon pretty badly damaged, and Congreve seems to be running away as quickly as she can. Really blame her. She's going to be the last one standing. Oh, sorry, no, there's the Ambuscade as well, light cruiser. Where is the rest of the fleet? Look at this. Where are you guys even going? Where are you guys even trying to move to? Oh, we actually hit them with the torpedoes? Refreshing. Unexpected as well. Destroyed the torpedo. They won't be a torpedo threat anymore, that's for sure. Oh, they are. Phoenix took a torp, but it was a dud. Was it dud? Look at my torpedo spread. Fantastic. It might actually hit something? No. It might not. Congreve was not fast enough to run into the other torpedo. Oh boy. Okay, so that leaves the Ambuscade. Let's have the Panther engage that. Let's have you guys engage that. Graz, engage that. There. Congreve badly flooding. Still a torpedo hazard, but the torpedoes work both ways. She too took a torpedo. Phoenix. Oh, you just took a big hit from a 5-inch gun. Come on, Phoenix P9. What's the deal? Your torpedoes would add quite nicely to the misery of the Congreve. You might not need any further assistance. Where's the other CL? Oh, you're running. Oh yeah. Let's have a look at that, shall we? Congreve is down. That makes you the last man standing. Everybody go here. Everybody go here. AP? Heretics. Go for HE. Eliminate the Ambuscade. Where are you going? Are you going to make a stand? That would be misguided. Really misguided. So, much as expected, Ambuscade did not exactly survive. We did lose one ship. I believe we lost a destroyer somewhere. Yeah, the Phoenix died. Nevertheless, about 12 times? No, 9 times the victory points that the French got. Really expecting them to surrender very quickly. It's what they do, right? Nope, there's more. Well, to resolve this, I'm not attacking 2 destroyers with this massive fleet. How they managed to survive is beyond me. Right. What's that research? Dreadnought 3. I was hoping for a battlecruiser hull, but this will have to do. Right. Let me know, guys, what do you want me to do with this campaign? Should I just stop it? Should I just axe it? Should I give it a twist? Let me know down below in the comments, and I'll see you guys soon for the next one. Potentially, that is.